Hello, tonight I am making Tuscan salmon. It's a Tuscan butter salmon. This is so good. If you're looking for a new way to prepare fish, you're gonna love this. So I've got the salmon in my 12-inch stainless nonstick skillet. It has been cooking on the top side, so skin side up, for about 6 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it over, and we're gonna let it cook for just 2 more minutes while we get the other ingredients started. So with our stainless non-stick, you're gonna get that nice crust on the top. Doesn't that look beautiful? And makes it super easy to clean, and it releases like nice non-stick cookware. So I'm gonna set a timer for 2 minutes and let that do its thing. Do you have a favorite way to eat salmon or prepare it? I love salmon in lots of ways, and this is another really great one. So while this is cooking, let's get some of our vegetables ready, because it's called Tuscan, right? So that means we're gonna have some spinach and tomatoes in there. So this is the Easy Read colander. I've rinsed off some grape tomatoes, and I'm gonna show you this called the closing cut. If you haven't seen this before, the grape plates move, and so it makes it easy to slice things perfectly in half, especially things like raw chicken. So I'm just gonna dump all of my tomatoes in here. I think they'll all fit pretty close anyway. I might have 1 or 2 too many. So you stick it all in there, and then you're gonna take a knife. A chef's knife is ideal because you need about a 7-inch blade. Close it right over your tomatoes, bring your knife to the edge, close it, and then just slip that knife straight across. It's great for olives and bagels. Check this out. They're all sliced right in half. So perfect, right? So we've got about 45 seconds left over there. We're gonna let this just sit here for a little bit. If you're new to watching my videos, my name's Julie Gizzi. I'm a Pampered Chef consultant, and I've been at this for almost 25 years. I love teaching people how to cook quick and easy at home, and I've got amazing tools to make that happen. But whether you have our tools or not, you're learning great recipes and tips, hopefully, every time you join me. So let's go take a look at the salmon. We've got about 20 seconds left if we're watching the timer. I'm gonna hurry it along just a little bit, just so that we can get this all put together quickly. So you're gonna take your salmon out, reduce your heat to medium low, and you'll notice it's not quite cooked, right? There's still some pink in there. We did 6 minutes on one side, 2 minutes on the other side, and then we're just gonna remove it to a plate until we're ready to add it back in just a little while. So you can do, 4 pieces if you have 4 servings. There's just 3 of us, so we just need this much. Okay, now it's called Tuscan butter salmon. So we are going to go ahead and add about 3 tablespoons of butter. It seems like a lot, you guys. Some recipes are just decadent, and this is one of those. When you eat at a restaurant, you don't even know that you're getting something with this much, butter and yumminess in there. This is something, it's kind of a special salmon recipe. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and add some fresh garlic to the pan, 3 cloves. So you put your cloves of garlic with the peel. These cloves aren't very big, so I'm actually gonna put 3 of them in there at once. Usually 1 clove only will fit, but we're gonna go ahead and add all 3. If you've not seen this before, check that out. Can you smell it? Super yum. When it hits that butter, it just starts to smell really nice. And you don't want to cook it for very long because garlic will burn. And we're going to go ahead and grab those tomatoes, and you're going to add them right to the skillet. This actually cooks fairly quickly. We want to coat those tomatoes with the garlic butter. And you don't need to cook them for very long, just enough. If you didn't slice your tomatoes, you would let them cook until they pop, but I like to slice them in half. I think it's easier to cook them, and it comes together nicely. All right, you see how the garlic is almost starting to brown a little bit? Let's see if you can notice that. We don't want it to get super dark because garlic will actually taste bitter if you cook it for too long. So you want to stop it by adding all your other ingredients. So I'm going to go ahead and add, let's see here. Actually, I'm going to add I'm gonna add the cream sauce. Hang on a second. I gotta double check something, you guys. I don't want to mess this up. Yeah, I was right. Okay, add your spinach next. The recipe calls for 2 cups of spinach. I like to go a lot more because you know what? This was about 4 cups, and for 3 of us, it cooks down to almost nothing. So you definitely can use a few more greens in there so that it becomes a nice side vegetable. Let's go ahead and season it with a little bit of salt and pepper. Just go to your taste, depending on how much you like. Or you can skip the salt entirely if you want to. We are going to be adding Parmesan, which is salty. So if you want to skip that, that's totally okay. All right. Once your spinach starts to wilt, you're ready for the creamy sauce that we're gonna make. So it's sort of like, it reminds me of Alfredo. I'm sure it's not exactly Alfredo, but we're gonna go ahead and add some cream. So just add that to your skillet. And then you're going to add a 1/4 cup of Parmesan. Now, if you watched last week, I grated this Parmesan in my blender. I need a 1/4 cup. So we're gonna sprinkle that in there. And you're gonna mix it all up until it makes this beautiful, creamy sauce. It's such a simple recipe, but it is so flavorful and so easy to make. So we want to get this sauce to get nice, the cheese to get melty, and it doesn't take long for that to happen because we don't have very much liquid in there. So your pan, bring it back up to about medium high, and it should start to simmer fairly quickly. Okay, so next, we're gonna go ahead and add our fish right back to the pan. I'm gonna add some fresh herbs. Let's see, we'll put the fish in first. Just add your fish right to the top. I can see that sauce is starting to bubble. So I'm gonna put this right back in. Doesn't that look gorgeous? Okay, so you can see it's got some gorgeous color. You wanna take some of that sauce and put it on top of your fish, just to give it a little bit of moisture. All right, that looks good. Let's go ahead and add a few fresh herbs to this. I have some parsley and basil. So let's come on over here. I'll show you. I'm gonna be using our herb mill tonight. You can chop it up with a knife if you want, or if you've been wanting to see how this works, this ball provides the weight. So you keep that in the bottom. It's kind of like a big marble. So I have some fresh basil. I took it off that plant that I just finished off, and I'm gonna try to grow it. I told you. Some of you were asking, actually I'm gonna put the basil on top. We were talking last week about how I just can't seem to grow basil in the house. I'm gonna try, we'll see. So I've got the basil in there and the parsley. This little lid keeps it from leaking, but we're gonna take it off so I can grind it in there. And we're gonna add a few herbs. I won't use all of it because I'm gonna want some for garnish. Look at this, isn't that pretty? Okay, so let's go ahead and add some herbs. There we go. Gotta get it started. We've got the basil coming out first, and then we'll get that parsley will come right after it. I will save some to come on top after I'm done. Okay, there we go. So let's add a little bit more of that sauce on there. And that is it. This smells so nice, and it's gonna make a really great dinner for our family. So usually when I'm cooking salmon, I'll either make it in the air fryer or in the cast iron. When the weather's nice, I like it on the grill. This is just gonna be a little extra special. I'll post the recipe in the comments. It actually comes from Delish. So if you've ever seen any of those Delish videos, this one lives up to its name. We've had this before and we really, really like it. So take a look. Thanks for joining me tonight. I hope you all have a great dinner. I'll see you again tomorrow.